Hey, this is Montel Williams, and you're watching Bring the Pain Sports. Whew.
Hey, what's up, Houston? It's your girl, Amber, but you know you can call me A-OK. KCOH is definitely in the building. I got my man, Richard Walker here, class of 1993, Ross Sterling High School. You know, it's a great day for me, and if you didn't catch the last name, yes, my last name is Shaw, and we're at the 8 Before 24 tournament that is held each and every year for my uncle, Robert Lee Shaw Sr. It's the 24th annual, and we have a host of teams that are here this holiday weekend, and the kids are just loving basketball. You know, this is a great thing for me. My uncle passed away in 1992. He was an educator in HISD. He was a beloved coach, and this tournament is run in his honor, and I tell you, it's been something that his wife, the faculty at Sterling, as well as his kids have definitely carried on the legacy, you know, all these years. So this is fitting for me to be here, to be a part of it. Want to thank KCOH TV for coming out to get some great footage of all the boys, all the teams. I mean, we have Chavez, we have Fort Bend, Bush, definitely we have Ross Sterling High School, and a host of a number of schools here. So enjoy the footage, enjoy all of the clips that are going to come out of today, and we want you guys to become more familiar with the 8 Before 24 tournament. You can go to 8before24.com, find out more information about the tournament, as well as Coach Robert Lee Shaw Sr. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio.
You know, Coach Shaw had his own personality, and I'm Queen Shaw. I'm Coach Shaw's wife, and he was a unique coach, and he had his own personality. And I know he's smiling down on us now. 24 years in the making for this tournament. And I just want to thank all of the workers, everybody that came out to support us. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we look forward to having you here on next year.
What's up, Houston? Amber Shaw back with you. You know you can call me A-OK. We're at the Forge, the 8x424 JV Boys basketball tournament. And, you know, I was able to corral some of the Sterling players. You know, my uncle actually taught at Sterling, and that's where he was until he passed away in 1992. So I'm going to start with the team. I'm going to start right here with this nice young man. Tell me your name, and you tell me what you want us to know.
Ronnie Ringo, and I play for the Sterling basketball team.
All right, next.
My name is Coach Burton, and I'm a guard for Sterling High School.
All right.
My name is Cameron Johnson. I'm forward for the Sterling basketball team. My name is Dylan Thomas. I'm guard for the Sterling basketball team. My name is Rayvon Fleming, and I'm class of 2018. My name is Corey Howard, and I'm my name is Dylan Perry. I play center for the Sterling basketball team. My name is Omar Walker, class of 2018. I'm a forward. Lake Johnson. I play guard for the Sterling basketball team.
All right, so. All right, so you guys have had a chance to meet, you know, a couple of the players. I say a couple, meet a good number of the JV team and everything. So, guys, have you all had fun thus far? All right, so fun is good. Now, how many of you have played in the tournament before? Anybody? All right, we got one taker, maybe two. Yeah, you did. It's coming back to them. They played last year. Yes, it was at Sterling. The tournament is normally held, he's right. The tournament is normally held at Sterling High School. However, because Sterling is under renovation, they're getting some new facilities and stuff, working on it. We're at the Forge this year, but that's okay. 25th annual, back at Ross Shaw Sterling High School. For those of you who know, you're from South Park, you know, that's like Selinsky and Martindale, back off there. So we'll be back at Sterling next year. So, guys, I just wanted to say hi. I wanted you guys to say hi to the camera. And who has a memorable moment for the tournament? Who wants to say? We all shy. Somebody say something. A memorable moment.
My memorable moment was when I scored my career high 20 points, you know. But it was a good tournament last year. This year.
Look at him. Come on.
All right, my memorable moment is when I put Sterling on my back and we beat Madison.
All right. Hey, the guys are having fun. You never know what kids are going to say, but definitely having a great time here at the Forge. Hey, Houston, next year we want you guys to be out. I invite all of the alumni from Sterling to come out, even those that went to Cullen, those that were at Wheatley when my uncle was there, as well as Yates. And, hey, everybody from Finnegan Park, come on out for the 25th annual. But we're going to focus on right now, you guys. We're going to see you guys in a little bit. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio and KCOH TV.
Folks, this is Richard Walker with KCOH TV. We're here at the 24th annual Robert Shaw Classic Tournament. We're here with Sterling coach, none other than Coach Andrew Young. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing fine, man.
All right, so once again, we're here at another great occasion. Obviously, the tournament is symbolic in the fact that, you know, we're reflecting upon the memory of Coach Shaw. You know, tell us, you know, you worked with Coach Shaw, you know, from the time that, you know, you began there, Sterling, and, you know, such a great legacy he has. You know, talk to you about your experiences with Coach Shaw.
Coach Shaw was there when I did my student teaching. I did my student teaching under Miss Johnson, but they was in the gym together. Learned a whole lot of things from him, a lot of things about life, a lot of things about teaching, and most of all, a lot of things about basketball and dealing with young men.
Okay. What type of nuggets or pearls of information, I guess you could say, as a coach that you take from him, you know, from his style of working with the players and, you know, from an X and O's perspective, what type of things did you specifically take from him that you implement in your coaching style?
I can remember the first thing that he taught me. He said, Coach, you got to be true to what you're doing. Do the right thing, do it the right way, and everything will work out. Regardless of how it look, he said it goes in cycles. You know, sometimes you down, but sometimes you up, but it's all going to work out. Just do the right thing, and everything will work out for you. That's what he told me. Do the right thing.
Absolutely. And, you know, for those of you who are watching, who, you know Coach Shaw or were influenced by him, then you know exactly what we're talking about. You know, Coach Shaw was the kind of man who the things that he told you transcended the moment at the time. You know, he gave you pearls of wisdom and knowledge and things that just had an impact on your life. And so, I think we all, if you met this man before, then every now and then you might hear his voice. You might be with a wisecrack or something like that, but you'll hear his voice in the back of your head. You'll remember that. So obviously this is a great occasion. So Coach, talk to me about the team. Obviously you guys made it all the way to the state tournament. The state championship last year. And had a phenomenal season. What's the outlook for this year? We got off to a good start already, but what's the outlook for the season?
We're trying to grow because we got a lot of young guys who hadn't played on that level before. A lot of guys say, I'm a good player, this and that. But until you play on this level, the varsity level, it's totally different from playing, JV or playing pickup or something like that. Because I'm returning 3 guys, and I'm looking for those guys to be real instrumental in what we're doing to bring along the new guys I have coming in. If we can do that and mesh together, we're going to be just fine.
Okay. Well, folks, you have it here again. Richard Walker, KCOH TV. We're at the 24th Annual Shaw Tournament. If you have not done so already, make sure you come out and you support this man. You support the Sterling Raider basketball program. Not just the boys, also support the girls program as well. Get out there and get some games in this year. We're going to take it back to the studio. It's Richard Walker, KCOH TV.
All right.
All right, thanks, sir.
Ain't no problem.
Hey, back again. Amber A.O.K. Shaw. We're at the Forge right here in Houston, Texas, the 8x4-24 JV Boys Basketball Tournament. I have Coach Larry Williams with me, Westbury Christian. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm great, Amber, great.
Sounds good. So tell me, what is it about the tournament that you like?
Actually, the fact that the kids get to see a lot of the kids in the city that they wouldn't normally play in our schedule. So that's what's good to me. Kids get to get outside of their district to see other kids.
Now, Westbury Christian is a private school?
Yes, it is.
Private school. And I know that's one of the things some of the other coaches have said, that, their normal rosters are filled with schools that are in their zone. But when you come to the 8x4-24, you get Fort Bend, you get the private schools. You don't just get HISD. So, and for you all as a private school, you get to play other districts as well.
That's correct.
Sounds good. So where are you all right now in the tournament?
Actually, we're playing for the championship at 5:30 today, so hopefully, the kids come back focused. I know we got a heart. We play Alif Elsik, if I'm not mistaken, and I saw them, and they look very athletic and rejuvenated, so I hope our kids come back and they compete.
Okay, so as a coach, what are some of the things that you look for in a tournament?
Actually, because it's before your season starts, you just want to see growth. You want to see kids getting better each game, and the tournament allows you to play 3 to 4 games. So each game, you just want progression.
Now, did you know Coach Shaw personally?
Actually, I didn't. I'm from Houston, and I've heard a lot about him, and I've met his son, who's a great person. So I can only imagine, apples don't fall far from the tree.
Not too far from the tree. So some of the things that you've heard thus far.
That he was a great man in the community. He did a lot for a lot of kids and people in general, which is what we all should be in the process of, self-servants, serving other people. And he was a great ambassador for the city of Houston.
Sounds good. So for all the coaches and teams that are not in the 8x4-24, but we look forward to having them next year, what would you say to those coaches?
Hey, once you get in it, you will never get out of it.
All right, well, you heard it here first. We're at the Forge in Houston, Texas. My name is Amber Shaw, Coach Larry Williams of Westbury Christian. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio, KCOH TV. I'm not doing it. He wants you to do something.
Just one time. just one time for the people that actually had met Coach Shaw, and that those catchphrases that he used to use. You know what I'm saying? Just because, you look at the guy. Look at the man. The man is a carbon copy of Coach Shaw. So just one time for all the fellow alum, all the former students, just in your Robert Shaw Sr. voice, say for us, with your sorry self.
With your sorry self.
All right, appreciate it, man.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What's up, Houston? Amber Shaw back with you, but you can call me A-OK. KCOH is in the building, as well as KCOH TV. We're at the 8x4-24 Boys JV Basketball Tournament at the Forge. Got another guy that is special to the family. He was friends with my Uncle Robert Shaw, Mr. Robert Batto. How are you, sir?
Good evening.
Good evening. So tell me your memories of Coach Shaw.
Well, I was 12 years old when I first met him, and he was a good athlete, And I used to live over by the Hester House.
Yes, I know it well.
And I was watching them play games and stuff, and so Robert asked me, "Say, man," he said, "Look, you play ball?" I said, "Yeah, I play ball, but I was from Finnegan, you know." He said, "Well, you come on, you can play on my team." I said, "Oh, okay." Well, we started then. We were 12 years old. Then we went through high school. I was playing basketball, football. He was doing the same thing. And then we went to college. He went to Wiley College. I went to Prairie View. So next thing I know it, he came to PV. So I said, "Oh, okay." I started playing basketball. He started playing basketball. Then after that, we got older. And I was a coach, and he was a coach.
And now, where were you a coach at?
Jones High School.
Jones High School. It's a part of HISD as well.
And he beat me up pretty bad, I first started, he went before me, and I played him just one time, but he was the athlete, ain't no doubt. But then we got older, I decided I wanted to name my son Robert, his name. And he said, "Well, I want your son, I'm going to name your son after me," So I was Robert and Robert.
Yes.
So that's what we ended up doing,
So from childhood, you guys grew up together and played ball and went on to collegiate levels, and then you're teaching. You're in HISD. And because you were at Jones, you mentioned you were at Jones. He was at Sterling. He had been in a couple of places, Wheatley and Cullen Middle School, throughout the time, but ending up at Sterling. So what has the tournament meant to you all these years?
Well, I when I lost him, I kind of gave up basketball. I started working at Barnett Stadium, and in my heart, since he wasn't there anymore, so I just kind of got away. But then next thing I knew, we had this tournament in his name, so I would periodically go by. But like today, it was at Sterling, and I just couldn't go back during that time. But I'm just happy everything is fine now, and it's in this tournament in his name. So.
You mentioned not going back to Sterling. So for those, just a little insight, Robert Shaw passed away October 16th. 1992, hence the 8 before 24, because his birthday was October the 24th. So he passed away 8 days before his birthday on the 24th. So symbolism there in the name when they transitioned from the Robert Shaw Holiday Classic to the 8 before 24. And you mentioned something about not being able to go back to Sterling. I, too, for many years didn't go to the tournaments because, again, history, his wake services were held at Sterling. Right. They were held in one of the auditoriums there. So I understand what you mean by that. I was telling our cameraman that very same story, that for so many years, I didn't even go back, even family, no matter, it was about going back to Sterling, traveling down Selinsky to get to the school. But, it did take some time. But the fact that the tournament is thriving, it's in its 24th year with no time on stopping, no insight. This is going forward. The 25th is already on the minds of the family and its administrators to go forward. So for all of the teams that have never been a part of the tournament, for whatever the reason, or what would be your encouraging words to the coaches out there?
Well, just prepare, and because most of the guys right now, they JB, they B players. But just get you ready for the varsity area,
Okay, so this is a good tournament. You got your guys that are, they want to play. They showed some heart, but they don't have all of the skills, and this is a good tournament to come to. You get a chance to play a number of different teams that you don't always get to play in the regular season. I've talked to some of the other coaches and things already, and that's one of the things that they've said, that they get to play 5A and 6A teams. So it gives them, they get a chance to work on maybe some zone plays or some, whatever it is that they might need to work on that another school might be playing with. So Robert Batto, always a pleasure to see you. It's been some years since I've seen you, but it's great to see you here. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio and KCOH TV. What's up, Houston? Hey, I'm back again. Amber Shaw. You can call me A-OK, though. We're at the 8 Before 24 JV Boys Tournament. It's after Thanksgiving. The boys are running up and down the court, getting rid of the holiday turkey and ham and everything, but definitely a good day to be here. It's the second day of the tournament. I have Coach Clark here with me. Coach Clark is the JV Boys coach over at Sterling High School. So just want to say, how are you doing?
Doing fine.
All right, so now you started at Sterling in 99. So you came after my uncle was there, but you've heard great things. Just tell us some of the things that you've heard about and how Sterling was enriched by his life.
I just think mostly what I heard was that he was a people person, very good-hearted person, you know, and he was out for the kids' welfare. You know?
Definitely.
And I could see that in his family because I've met the family and been around them for years. It's like my family.
Okay.
You know, so I've enjoyed the tournament. The tournament was very large when I first started. We used 2 schools down the street. We used the middle school. We had ladies that prepared a lot of food. So it was
that hospitality room. You're talking. I know about that.
I think we got people in the tournament just because of the food.
Hey.
They wanted to come and eat.
Yeah.
The referees, the coaches. So they really enjoyed it. It was really a family atmosphere. So we've tried to keep that going as well, you know.
Right, and you say it's a family atmosphere. Obviously, this is the 24th annual, so that says a lot. You know, a lot of times we start things and some things fall by the wayside for various reasons. Right. But I think it commends his wife, Queen Shaw, his kids, Robin and Robert Jr., that, you know, they saw the legacy. They saw what their dad sought out to do. He was a great educator. He had his own way. It was different, but it was definitely encouraging nonetheless. And I think with what you said about the family, they kept it going. 24 years is awesome. We're headed on into 25, so I'm sure we can see Sterling year after year.
Yes, yes, indeed. And I think that, you know, it was not necessarily easy for them because we had a lot of change in administrations over the years at the school, and they've come in, they tried to meet with every principal, every assistant principal, and just let them know this is something that we want to do every year.
Sounds
you know,
good.
I want to meet you and see how we can get it done this year.
That's right.
You know, and so she's even talking about what we're going to do next year. She's already talking about it.
Already planning.
Yes, yes.
Forward thinking. Well, thank you so much for joining us. You know, appreciate you stopping by KCOH TV. Now, your boys play at what time today?
4 o'clock for third place.
4 o'clock for third place. Well, great luck. We'll see you next year. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio, as well as KCOH TV. What's up, Houston? A-OK, Amber Shaw back with you at some of the Worthing Colts in the building at the 8 Before JV Boys Tournament. We're at the Forge, actually. We're in Houston. We're at the Forge. It's raining outside, but I'm telling you, it's raining down threes and jumpers, layups, everything right here in the building. I got Coach Lewis with me, JV Boys coach over at Worthing. Coach Lewis, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine today, and yourself?
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, your Colts are in the tournament. How's it going thus far?
We're doing pretty good. We're 1-2 right now, looking to finish the tournament at 500 with a 2-2 record.
I like that, optimistic. I like that 500. 500. So tell me 2 of your players. Tell me your names.
My name Diego Thomas.
Diego Thomas.
John Jones.
John Jones. So I was telling you guys a little bit about my uncle, Robert Shaw, who the tournament is held in his honor. So with the tournament going on, have you guys seen great competition thus far?
A lot of competition.
A lot of competition.
Yes, a lot of competitive that we haven't played before, and had a good time playing them too.
All right. So since, you know, you guys, I'm not certain what division you guys are in, NHI is 4A. So 4A, so I think that's a really good thing that you guys get to play teams that you don't normally get to play on your regular season roster. So Coach, how's the competition been?
It's been good playing against 5A and 6A schools. Great competition.
All right, so if your boys maybe possibly were not ready, they played some 5A, some 6As and stuff, so that's good. So this is what my uncle lived for. He lived for education. He lived for coaching youth. He loved the guys. He had his own unique style of how he said different things to them and how he motivated them. So I think you guys' presence, the Worthing Colts being in the tournament, is a really good thing. We appreciate you guys coming out. So one more thing for you, Coach. The tournament like this, do you think you'll come back next year? Is it something that you're going to put on your calendar each year?
Yes, most definitely. We'll be back next year. Looking to go 4-0 next year.
All right. Predictions are in. Coach Lewis, Worthing coach, he's going 4-0 in the 25th annual, which will be in 2016. Hey, my name is Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio and KCOH TV. All right, back again. Got one of the refs with me, and I've been going in and out of the tournaments, for several years now, but I always see this face. Always see ref Reginald Simpson. He's always in the building year after year. So what do I call you? Do I call you Reginald? Do I call you the ref? I mean, you tell me what you want me to call you.
What you want to call me?
Either
You want
one.
to come through your mind?
Either one. All right, so we're at the 8 before 24 tournament, JV boys tournament. Robert Shaw Sr. is definitely, his legacy is living on through everything that's going on today. So tell me why you come back year after year.
The reason why I come back year after year because Coach Shaw put a lot of impact on a lot of kids, played high school and middle school ball. Yeah. I never got a chance to play with Coach Shaw, but just playing against Coach Shaw and listening to Coach Shaw when he talked to his player, had the visiting team kind of scared too because then you realize, oh, he's a good coach. Yeah. But he put so much impact on a lot of kids around here, so that's why I don't mind coming back during the tournament for Coach Shaw.
Now, you played against him on the visiting team, and you said that his words even echoed to your bench. That's powerful in itself.
Yeah, that's more than powerful because you hear Coach Rob over there screaming and yelling, and you like, and what he's saying do make sense, and it's pretty much true. And but he had the kids' undivided attention, so all of them had so much respect for him. And just like right now, I can talk to some of the guys who played for him from years from Cullen, and they'll say the same thing. Yeah, playing for the Coach Shaw, either you're gonna learn or you're not gonna play, and one of the two. But we had the most. Everybody had the most up respect for him, including the referees too. So you're right, his legs are still living through basketball.
Now, you mentioned Cullen, and, I've been saying Sterling throughout my whole thing, and that's where, that was the last school that he was at. But he was at Yates for a little bit. He was at Wheatley. He was at Cullen Middle School. And I can't forget Finnegan Park. For everybody from Fifth Ward, he was the lifeguard, the head lifeguard over at Finnegan Park in Fifth Ward. So he touched so many lives from the schoolhouse to the park, and he touched your life, even on the visiting team. And that's what's brought you back year after year as a ref. I know you already have it circled on your calendar. You already know which dates, and you are just humble and ready to serve.
That's it. Really and truly, but like you say, Coach Shaw has been around. So, like every school you name, every park, I work for the city too. So, like you say, Finnegan Park, lifeguard, every school he went to, trust me, he made an impact on one of them kids' life. Either kept them off the street or out the jailhouse. So, that right there, Coach Shaw, you can be thankful for it. You know what I'm saying? Hated that he gone, but he's in a better place. God love him best, but we all love him too. But he's touched so many lives, so.
Well, his legacy is definitely living on in everything that's going on here. We keep his name, lifted up all the time. So thank you so much. All right. See you next year.
Most definitely. Okay.
Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio, KCOH TV. All right, back again. 8 before 24, JV Robert Shaw Boys Basketball Tournament. Playing at the Forge right now. Great games going on. Got another one of the longtime refs in front of the camera. I had to pull him away. We had to throw in a sub for him. We got tell everybody your name.
Kenneth Henry.
Kenneth Henry. Now, you two are a lifer. I'm going to call you a lifer. This is the 24th annual event. We're going to keep it moving. We're predicting 25, 26. What brings you back each and every year?
His family, his wife, his daughter, his son. They're great people. They put on a great event, and I didn't know him personally, but I heard it's for a very great man. So, donate my time and my effort and just come back and help him out as much as I can.
That sounds great. Now, you mentioned that you didn't meet him, but you've heard so many great stories.
Kids, from my brother, who's a referee you just interviewed, people at the tournament, just people at Sterling High School. Coach Young, I know Coach Young real well. It's just things they have said, things they said he's done. When you have someone like that in the world that leaves this world, it's best to keep giving back. Whatever they was giving back, you keep giving back the same.
I agree. So you've been here. This is the second day. So what were the games like on yesterday?
Pretty good. You had a few blowout, few non-contests, and the rest was pretty good. So overall, it's usually a pretty good tournament. I think this year is the best, some of the best teams and the most teams. So it's every year it's getting bigger and better. So just hope to keep going.
It's definitely going to keep going, and that's what we strive to do. Each year we want to invite more and more people out, more and more teams. We might drop some teams, but we pick up some teams, and everybody loves to play basketball. But while they're playing, we just want to invite them and introduce them to the legacy of Coach Robert Shaw. So in parting, what would you say to those who have never been a part of the 8 before 24 tournament?
If you have a JV team that's available, a JV team that can play some basketball, get in touch with the Shaw family, get in touch with Coach Young, and get involved. I mean, the bigger and better it gets, the more you give back from what he gave. So if you can keep it going and make it big and better, and you think you want to be a part of it, come on out and see us.
All right, you heard it right from the ref. Hey, he's calling these games, people. Let's go. So if you do have a JV team that you're maybe has not played in the tournament, or maybe it's been a couple of years since you've been in, definitely 8before24.com. Hey, find out the information off the website. We'd love to see you. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio and KCOH TV. What's up, Houston? A-OK, Amber Shaw back in the building with you. We're at the Forge here in Houston, Texas. And, I got some two people, some good folk standing next to me. Yes, they are my family. That's one reason why they're good folk. But secondly, because they are the kids of Robert Shaw Sr. This is Robert Jr.
How are you?
Robin.
Hello, everyone.
I love that. They bow. So the tournament, 8before24, JV Boys Tournament, at one point it was, actually it said it was the Robert Shaw Holiday Classic. We've been transitioning this thing. It's 24 years. We're taking it to the next level. The name was transitioned to the 8before24 in his memory, and they are two of the reasons why it is continuing to go on. Initially, his wife, Queen Shaw, kept she had the mantle, and she passed the torch to her kids, and they have done an awesome job carrying this tournament on to victory. Great success. It's 24 years, and I tell you, anything past 2 or 3 years, sometimes a lot of endeavors and visions, they do die, but this one, the torch is still lit, the flame is still burning, and it's because of these two here. So just want to get some information from them. We'll start with Robert Jr. So what does the tournament 24 years later mean to you?
It's mind-blowing. To be sustainable for 24 years says a lot about the tournament. The longevity, the history that we've had, the teams that we've seen come through here. We've seen teams now. We actually have a guy that's volunteering with us today. He actually played in the tournament years ago, back in 2001. So to be able to see guys who played in the tournament and are able to give back now makes us feel like we definitely are making a difference in the community and growing the tournament for sure.
Sounds great. So, Robin, the diversity of teams that you've seen over the years, what is that like?
It's amazing, the growth, the word of mouth, the growth that we've had, the success that we've had. The diversity is amazing. So we've taken it out of HISD and we've gone to Fort Bend, and we've reached out to various districts, and they have been a part of this tournament for years, and it's amazing.
And I like the fact that initially it was just like maybe an HISD thing. You've mentioned that you've branched out to Fort Bend. I know Fort Bend Bush is here today. You even have a private school that's on the private level that's here, 2 private schools maybe that are here. So I think education was big to Coach Shaw, obviously. A long-lasting HISD educator, coach, a beloved coach. I've seen some of his students come in over the years, and a couple of them are here. So it's just great to be a part of this. So what has kept you guys moving all these years?
Well, it's been our desire to kind of turn this into a nonprofit so that we can reach out to the community, we can help the community. And so we did start the nonprofit foundation in the memory of our father in 2013. And so it's just our desire to keep his legacy alive and be able to help the community and be of support and be of service to these young people.
Okay. Now, Sterling is located in South Park?
Yes.
So not just the South Park community, but we will start there. You guys are starting there, and that's what you all have been doing. So with the foundation is going to give out a number of different things as it continues years to come. So can we get any previews of what the foundation aims to do?
Okay. So we're looking to possibly do a back-to-school drive in August, and then we're also looking to do a holiday event maybe either around Thanksgiving or Christmas time of next year. So those are kind of 2 big events that we'll do in conjunction with the tournament.
All right. Well, guys, it's been great. I know you guys. You are the tournament
director.
Tournament director, and you are
foundation director.
Okay, foundation, tournament. They have jobs to go do. I'm gonna let them go, but definitely glad that they could just take a moment out, be a part of this KCOH TV broadcast. I love you guys to death. Great success. You're 25. I'm already looking to see, what's gonna happen. The 25th annual, and I'll see you guys soon. Back again, A before 24 JV boys basketball tournament at the Forge here in Houston, Texas. Hey, I got another one right here. Got Coach Willie Patrick, Phyllis Wheatley, varsity boys basketball coach. And yes, I know I said varsity, and I know this is a JV tournament, but his team is in it, and he is a Coach Shaw supporter. He's heard great things about him just overall. So we'll start there. What are some of the things that you heard about Coach Shaw?
Well, the things I heard about Coach Shaw, he was a great leader, a great person, a great person that influenced you to get where you need to be. Always was about the kids, a guy that everyone loved and enjoyed. I learned a whole lot just watching him coach. You know, I was young, but I got a chance to see him coach through school, and he's probably one of the legends, one of the top 20 coaches in the state of Texas that coached basketball back in the day.
I like that legend word. I like that. We're going to have to make sure we do something with the word legend. Now, you're a coach yourself, and with the things that you saw and the other things that you've heard, those are the qualities and things needed as a coach.
Right. Well, I mean, the day is a little different than it was when we was coming up, but a lot of the kids are listening. They have AAU basketball, and that's kind of taking a lot out of the kids because they'll listen to these coaches, and when they come back, you got to start all over and try to get them to play the way you wanted to play, and then they get in the big head. Nowadays, like I was in practice this morning, I told some of my kids that, scholarships are different. They're 1 year now, not 4 years, so you got to play up to your potential.
Okay, now that was something that I was unaware of. Okay, so they're making them really work for them year after year, semester after semester. All right, so your boys are in the tournament. Where do they fall right now?
Well, they're in the Constellation Championship. I am very proud of them because we had about 2 or 3 days of practice because after football season was over with. My coaches coach football as well as me. We all coach football, so we get a chance to work with them. And this tournament here, I try to come to it every year because of Coach Young and Mr. Shaw and his family, and also the food. They have great food.
I see you, the second person talking about the food in the coaches quarters over there. Now I must say, you say you try to come back every year. Now Wheatley actually won the tournament last year, so. You guys are back again, and we are making great strides to continue to 25 and to 26. So now this is a tournament that sometimes it brings players and teams that you don't always get to play in a regular season. So how does that aspect help you all out?
Well, it's a great aspect for us because you get a chance to play against different tempos. Most of the teams out in the suburban areas plays a lot of zone, so you get a chance to work on things you need to work on for your district. And like I said, it's a great tournament because it's over the holidays and keep the kids out of trouble.
I like it, and it burns off all that food, so they picked up a couple of pounds in that week to 3 days off, so it keeps them in shape, and you're right, it does. It keeps them out of trouble. So lastly, for the camera, for those teams or coaches, when they see this video, if they've never been a part of the A Before 24, encouraging words for them.
Great tournament. I would think you want to put your kids in it because it's run well, it's disciplined, they own time, and everything. And it's like, when you go play other places in a week advance time, your schedule and you're paying on time. It's not one of them tournaments that put together. You use the word N-word and you send it, just handpick it, okay, this team win, you play this team. No, it's already ready where your format, you can see what's going on.
All right. Well, organization is at the top of the key. It's well run. Things that I know coaches, they want in a tournament. So definitely the A Before 24 tournament is definitely the place to be. For everyone who's not here, we will see you at the 25th annual. Coach Willie Patrick, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Amber Shaw, KCOH Radio and KCOH TV.